Hi, I'm Jarrad Brown, Australian Expat Advisor here in Singapore. Thanks for checking out my video today. What I'd like to share with you is 5 top tips for Aussie expats considering moving to Singapore so that you can make the most out of your time while you're here. Now, you can also check out my 10 things that I wish I'd been told about life in Singapore. There's a link here, but let's dive right into the 5 tips specifically for Australian expats today. The first one is to bring over the Aussie groceries that you just can't live without. Now, most things we can buy in Singapore these days, there's some great relationships. You can buy Woolworths products, for example, on a lot of the online grocery stores here. But if there are some things you just can't live without, whether it be your favorite sort of Vegemite tube or Gravox or chicken salt, whatever it might be, bring it over. Singapore's a great place. They have very few restrictions on what food items you can bring into the country. So if there are things that you just can't live without, stock up, pop them in the suitcase and bring them in. My second tip for Australian expats is to book your Christmas trips early. Now, obviously for Australians, it's summertime at Christmas, so a lot of us want to be back home in Australia, spending time with our friends and family, enjoying the nice warm weather. Most people are off work. Let's face it, most of Australia shuts down from Melbourne Cup until Australia Day, but make sure that you book your flights early. Again, the prices, like most other places, they will climb pretty quickly, so try and book a few months out and make sure that you actually get that trip, get a chance to see your friends and family, particularly if you're planning on spending a bit of time in Singapore for the years to come. My third tip for Australians is that it's always happy hour somewhere. Singapore is one of those wonderful places that Monday through to Sunday, there will be some sort of happy hour, some sort of special on drinking. Just shop around. You'd be amazed. You can have 2 bars side by side selling exactly the same beer, one for $15, the other for $8, only because it's happy hour in the latter. So make sure you shop around, don't get sucked into the tourist traps, and you'll find that you can have a nice cold beer or glass of wine on a sunny day, which is 365 days a year in Singapore. My fourth tip for you is to join the social groups and join them early, or if possible, before you even get to Singapore. We've got ANZA, we've got AusCham, there's a few other Aussie groups you can find on Facebook. There's a lot of expat groups on Facebook you can also join. What COVID has unfortunately meant for a lot of people is that it's very difficult for the non-working partner or spouse to actually make friends and meet people. A lot of the kids' activities have been restricted. So what they found is that it's very hard to make friends. It's been quite a sad and in some cases depressing time. So start building the network, start joining the groups, start getting involved in activities before you even enter Singapore. My fifth and final tip for you as an Australian expat considering moving to Singapore is to simply realise that a 2-year plan can very quickly turn into decades. I came over in 2013, not specifically with a 2-year plan, but really just with an open mind of how long we might be here. It's now year number 9, having just crossed over the 8-year mark, and I couldn't tell you how much longer we'll be here, but it will be for a while yet. Life can go by very quickly. Singapore has no seasons, but still time passes very quickly without that reference point there. But why I highlight this is make plans early for what you're trying to achieve with your trip in Singapore. Is it to learn a new language? Is it to travel? Is it to progress your career? Launch a new business? Whatever it may be, plan early and ensure that you make the most of it. Don't simply go back to Australia with a bag of clothes, a suitcase of clothes and some vague memories. Go back having achieved what you set out to achieve. Thank you very much for tuning in. Again, don't forget to check out my 10 things I wish I'd been told about life in Singapore. The link is here. Really appreciate you tuning into the video today. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.